We're talking Luenell versus Nene leaks. The Beehive swarms again, and we have a very special guest for you guys. All that and more on Black Hollywood Lives this week.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live this week.
We used to have a song. Where did it go? Cold open. No music. Hello, everybody.
Oh, you did that for me, so I wouldn't have to dance.
He did it for you, so you wouldn't have to dance.
Thank you, public.
What's up, everybody? This is Black Hollywood Lives this week. I'm your host, Courtney Stewart, and joining me in the studio today is a bunch of lovely folks and a very special guest right next to me, y'all. The very, very handsome and talented Don Benjamin's in the building, y'all.
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome, welcome.
You're very
like
pretty.
my man says, yo.
You're a very pretty man. Do you hear that all the time?
All the time.
Ladies love Don Benjamin.
How could they not?
You can never have enough compliments.
That's true.
I appreciate
That's
it.
True that. Well, I get to sit next to him, y'all.
Beautiful too. So good.
Thank you. And of course, Ms. Rachel True that y'all just heard talking is right next to him.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And we have my favorite DJ in the building, DJ Jesse J.
What up, y'all?
Whoa,
I'm back.
You're back. Welcome back. Wait, were you here last week?
Girl, no.
I feel like all of us haven't all been here at the same time for so long. I don't even know what's going on.
United
And it well, sort of. We sort of. Daryl Kristen's out today, guys. He's sick, and y'all know he's hypochondriac sick. So he, in addition to being sick, he's real sick. So he had to go get some medicine. He's like, I got a cold. Oh my God, I need to go get whatever. I'm
But
playing.
you know what? If he has a cold, thank you for not coming in.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I agree. We
Because
don't want it. We
I'm
don't want it.
short and I'm constantly getting sneezed down in the
Oh.
supermarket. Like somebody stands right over, ooh, Joe! And then and I'm the person who avoids the aisle if I see someone sniffling or sneezing. So thank you, Darius.
Yeah.
Wow, I wish I paid attention to life more.
That you should, because you know
just be in there.
you can walk through
On
a
his
sneeze
phone,
like
get
up to I think it's
sneezed
7 seconds after it happens. So
To run away when
you
someone
can you
sneezes?
can walk through a sneeze. It's still like lingering in the air
germs
for
are
like 7 seconds.
Thank you. I'm not even being a nerd about that.
No,
It's actually
no.
yeah.
I actually learned that in 7th grade health. I think it's 7 seconds, but it could be a little bit less. Anyway,
Someone should create.
But he will be missed today.
he is missed.
But Courtney
He
is
always
holding
is
it
missed.
down
I'm
for us.
trying to hold it down
Yeah,
for
that
y'all.
intro was very seductive.
Well, what's great is that I got the
BHL
right name of the
after
show out. It's all good. But we have so much to talk about, as we already mentioned at the top of the show, so we're going to jump right in with Jesse. What you got for us?
Boom. So Twitter is looking for a little revamp. They want to diversify their board member team. So they got rid of 2 old white guys and replaced them with one Martha Lane Fox, who's the founder of a British karaoke company called Lucky Voice, and also BET's CEO, Miss Deborah Lee, which would make her the first black board member of Twitter. Which is
Wow.
really funny because guess who the #1 user of Twitter is?
I have no
African American.
No way.
Yeah.
That's why Black Twitter is like a thing.
So Deborah is the 3rd woman to join the panel, the only black, and so basically her focus is to create original content, video content, to gain more users and also
Courtney,
to
what's up with
target
your face?
African Americans.
Original video content to get more members.
So like
all right.
Instagram
I mean, I guess
video.
it's, I guess.
I'm just like, my thing is like,
Y'all be on Twitter like that?
oh, I do. No, honestly,
Wasn't there an article like just last year that said Twitter was like on the downward spiral and it's going out?
But
very
honestly,
fast?
I didn't know if there was an article about that, but I didn't know if that was because that was the rise of Black Twitter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like that article came out the moment Black Twitter really hit its stride. So I didn't know if that was sort of like, yep, we're over it. It's
We're
gone.
trying to say it's not anything.
they
so
said
that it wouldn't have the
stocks for
influence.
Twitter are going down. But, I mean, for me, what I notice is Twitter is probably, I think, the most effective social
I
media
do
as far
think
as...
so. I just feel like a lot of
agree.
people aren't using it like they were before.
But
'Cause
do you
I'm
feel
not
like
even.
Snapchat, I feel like it's, I don't...
I think Snapchat is the biggest waste of time.
Are you
But
kidding?
that's
I think
just me.
Snapchat is going to follow Twitter.
But that's because it
I
creeps
think
me out.
Instagram is...
It creeps me out, and that's why I don't like it. That's
I don't.
the real
I feel
reason.
the same way, but I think it's because we're over 17.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Well,
Jesse
let's
loves
also
it.
talk about to a social media star.
That's
I
true.
feel
Yeah,
like,
let's hear
I feel
it.
like with Twitter, it's easier to engage with your following that you already have, but it's harder to get new following.
Yeah.
As
That's
to where
true.
like Instagram, like
That's a
they
good point.
tag you in pictures. people are more prone to follow you based off your pictures rather than like Twitter. It seems like people don't want to follow nobody new. Like they don't care what you're
Are you a Snapchatter? You are.
Yeah, I Snapchat.
And
Snapchat is similar. Like Snapchat rises.
explain it to me. I'm an old.
Thank you for not making me feel like the
Explain it
only
to
young
me.
person.
I still don't even really get Snapchat other
Thank
than like.
you, young person, for admitting that.
What do you do on Snapchat?
Like
what?
you don't have to worry so much about how you look. Like I wake up
don't-
on Snapchat and like.
But you're a
crust all
beautiful
over.
man.
Yeah, like, oh, look hard, green beautiful.
You know, I don't have to worry
He's
about
like, I'm just gorgeous. I can just snap. Oh, snap.
No, but I'll see girls too, like they'll wake up hair all to the side, you know what I'm saying, in the morning, like snapping as to where Instagram, like it has to be like perfect, I feel like.
Because it goes away after 24 hours on Snapchat.
Yeah.
That's why you don't care what you look like on it so much.
Away.
Maybe.
Right.
I just feel like it's more like you're getting a step more into the personal life with Snapchat.
And you're getting it right
Gotcha.
then, right there. It's like you feel like, oh my gosh, I was just on set with
Yeah.
Dawn. Oh, I was just there.
I
That's
don't
what
want
makes me feel
anyone all
old.
up in
See,
my
that's the thing. That's what
business
makes
like
me
that.
feel old because I'm like, this is way more invasive than I need it to be. Even
But
more
you-
like
but
Twitter.
you have
at
the
least I
power
feel
to
like I'm
control
hiding.
that.
Yeah, but I'm still saying like,
you
if I'm
don't got to be up here like, good morning, y'all.
That's true, but at the same time, like I still don't. Where are you at? Like I had a problem with when
Yeah.
people were tagging where they were
Oh, that's
located
so
on
bad.
Facebook and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And like the whole point of Snap is that you're like opening up parts of your
And
life so that
here's
people
the
can see
thing,
it.
I had a
I
store-
don't want you to know I'm at the grocery store.
Exactly. And I had a stalker, went to court and everything. They were in jail.
Stalker?
You had a stalker.
I had
Your
a
New York
stalker.
just-
I had a
your New York
stalker.
just came
It
back.
was horrible. You guys don't even know. No, it was kind of rough because I did have to go to court and they were in jail. And so I'm a little nervous about Snapchat and all those things because honestly, there's a lot of
Creepy.
But like
Yeah.
Snapchat for you would work here, where before we go on the show, you can
Just
talk to people
here.
and let them see. You know what I mean?
not with
It
my
is like,
not
yeah.
with my iPhone 4S.
Wait, that what?
I'm riding this.
Is that a joke?
I'm riding
Wait,
this.
you really have a 4S
That's right. I'm
still?
riding this bitch till it dies because I have a love hate. Look at it. Look at the face of the
Yeah,
young.
because
I
like
forgot what
style
a
life.
4S
Because
look
of the
like. I
size,
don't even know what
right?
it looks like right now.
First of all,
she's not the
first
first
of all, I
person
like
I've
the
heard.
size of it. I know they have a 5S, which is also small. But the thing is, like, I buy these phones, it never works. I can never find anything on it. I can barely make a phone call. So when the new ones come out, I'm a little like resentful, and I'm like, I'm not buying you. I am not buying you. I'm making this bitch last until it dies.
It's funny you say resentful. Speaking of that, comedian Luenell had something to say about Miss Nene Leakes. So we all know Nene did that one-woman show, comedy show
Yeah.
thing.
Is it over already?
Well, I think she added a couple more dates.
okay.
But so apparently Luenell came across the flyer for it and posted it and left a little comment basically saying along the lines of, damn, anyone getting a reality show can just all of a sudden call themselves a musician or a comedian nowadays. It took me 20-something years to call myself a comedian, yada, 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 and she shaded Nene. Miss Nene Leakes came back and was like, girl... Please stop checking my coin. Like, I never said I was a comedian. I'm just doing a show in which I'm talking, and if people think that's funny, then that's what they do. And if they name me a comedian for that, then that's what they're doing. She said this is a one-woman show. It's not a comedy show. It's
Oh, it's not at stand-up clubs or anything like that? It's like
I don't think so. It's
proper
like at like
one-woman
the
show?
Fox Theater in like Atlanta. Like,
But here's the thing, like grown up Luenell, yes, that's today's world. You can be
Yeah.
on a reality show and be a comedian. That's the truth. And instead of being aggro about it, like realize, and I personally think, and Luenell's super talented, right?
Yeah.
But you attached your name to Nene Leakes. You did that on purpose. You attached yourself to a reality star to get some of their shine.
well, she also was on Real Housewives of Atlanta because she was friends with Claudia
Oh, that's right.
Jordan.
She made an appearance.
So that's where I think they tried to tie it into it. But so my thing is this, because I hear this, I do stand-up comedy and I also DJ, and I hear this so much in both worlds.
Yeah.
People would be like, "Oh, they're just calling themselves a comedian." Like, I don't have that anger towards people. Like, it's like if that's what you're doing,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Then do
affect
it.
my world.
Right,
It
it
doesn't
has
affect
nothing to
my
do with
life.
you.
Or like when DJs are like, "Oh, you see that DJ? I can't go there." Like he was totally pressing buttons. Like, I mean, that's the world we live in. Like, they don't sell turntables like that anymore. They're selling electronic gadgets in which you have to press. So, you know what I mean? Yes, I can spin vinyl, but do I hate on a 13-year-old kid who wants to be a DJ pressing like, "Oh, you're not a real DJ"?
Right.
Like, no, shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Like, you're so into yourself. Like,
But no, but you're
Tell 'em what you really
no,
think,
really,
Jesse.
Luenell, I think she's mad because what? You're gonna not book a club gig because Nene's show is gonna be there because you don't have a one-woman show right now. And I don't want to come off sounding saying, because I love Luenell and her comedy is amazing and she's epic, but it's just like Sour Patch Kid.
It is.
Yeah, I think a lot of like the people that came up in the older game, they're salty at how easy it is nowadays to come up.
Like Cat
That's
Williams.
true. No, that's
Cat
true.
Williams.
Like, man, I had to work hard.
But we
I didn't
used to have
that.
talent, though.
Yeah, like back then, like I'm 29, so I'm not that young, but I'm still young. But I've seen the whole game, like where people couldn't go on Instagram and blow up, or even reality TV. Like people actually had to work. So a lot of the cats that had to actually work, I feel like now they're salty at how easy, you know what I'm saying, people can get it with reality TV and stuff. Like, reality TV is blowing everything up, I feel like.
And Luenell came out and said, all Nene does is pick on people in shade. What are you doing right now? By you posting that picture and saying that you're picking on somebody.
She's not picking
in a
on
way,
her.
You're kind of,
She's
it is
not
low-key
picking. I'm just going to defend Luenell for just a minute.
Devil's advocate.
I'll devil advocate on this one. I'm just saying, because just like anything else, like whether it's acting or it's being a comedian, like that takes some work and some practice and some effort. And there's people that have spent their lives building and growing and perfecting an art form. It's an art form. And it's insulting when someone who... Don't get me wrong, Nene's entertaining. She's a great personality, but it was sort of marketed as her comedy show. And to sort of put her in the same lane as comedians who've spent years building their craft is insulting. So I understand the frustration, whether or not she should have lashed out on Twitter and all that, you know, whatever. But I understand where it comes from, and it's a fair argument because we're not valuing the growth and development of a talent. Because in Nene's case, she probably has a little bit of a natural talent as a comedian.
She's an actress as well.
And she's an actress, and it's just a matter of, you know, her stuff. She hasn't put, I mean, but we don't know what work she has and hasn't put into the show that she's doing or whatever. So in that regard, Luenell was out of line to say anything because you don't know what Nene had to go through to make that show happen,
right,
or what kind of studying she did or writing she did or who she worked with to figure things out. So I don't think it's fair, but at the same time, I understand where Luenell's coming from, and I don't think we should give her that much of a hard time.
Okay, it came off harsh, but I don't mean it negatively like that. Because it's like I do the beat here, so we always talk about this with artists too. So it's like, okay, the very talented artists who can play all these instruments and all this stuff are hating on the Migos and all these new kids coming up who have one single, and then it's like, oh, well, they're not creating real music, they're not creating this. They're creating what the sound is now. You know what I mean? Like, that's the sound now. Back in the day when you were young and hip, whatever you were listening to, your parents were like, oh, the devil's music, rock and roll. Like, it's the same shit.
I want to throw something in about comedians, not her in particular, but just in general. I've found that comedians who are so entertaining and so funny, but they're kind of vicious. Comedians have a vicious, depressed streak, and that's just what I've noticed by dating some and hanging out with them. And, you know, they tend to be really hardcore, you know, as funny as they are on stage, that's how spewing stuff off stage they can be. And I get it, because in the end, Luenell has seen a lot of people come up and get TV shows and TV deals. In fact, like when I was on a sitcom too, I mean, there were plenty of comedians. I coulda. I know you could have. That's the truth. But no, I know you not even know, but you didn't. But like, sure, you could have, but you didn't book that. And yes, you've done many comedy tours, and maybe you're even funnier than me, but you might not have had something that they liked. And but the other thing, right? Like that. This is Nene's job. That was my job. Whatever you're doing, your job. There's plenty of room for everyone. But I think Luenell, people haven't been talking about her like this. So it's whatever she did by attaching herself to this story really worked, and it's getting her name in the press.
And could you imagine now they find another female comedian? All three of them go on tour.
Right.
Supreme Queens of comedy all over again.
But also, and Nene has been on a few different TV shows as a actress. Now, you know, that to me is she's accomplished a lot more than a lot of people on reality shows.
That's
and
the truth.
I'm neither here nor there on her in particular, but I admire the hustle of anyone.
Did Wendy Williams ever do stand-up? I know she had her one-woman show, but
not that I'm aware of.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think so either. All right, so beyond that, something positive. T.I. is teaming up with Tidal for something called Money Talk. So basically between May 4th and June 15th, so you can do it now, whether you're a student or you are a part of a community and you have an idea of how to bring education to your community, or maybe you're a student where you have an idea where you can bring education to your school. So basically, what you have to do is you have to submit to crowdrise.com, and you submit a proposal detailing plans to promote education awareness. June 15th, Tidal will announce 5 finalists, in which we'll have the chance for T.I. to match any donations that were given to that proposal. And then on June 22nd, they'll announce a winner, and you can win anything up to $250,000, in which they will double the balance.
Wow.
So shout out to T.I., shout out to Tidal for thinking of fun, innovative,
educational thing.
yeah, you know, it's not just about the music. It's about education too. Now purchase us for $20.
I think it's a really great idea. I mean, we don't actually talk about education in certain neighborhoods enough, and there have been some articles lately about how segregation is kind of still raging out there, even if it's de facto segregation, meaning it's not, legal to do it, but the schools are kind of segregated by where people live. So a lot of the schools that we're talking about that may not have the funding, this would be a great thing for them to get involved in. And because I'm always shocked to find out like schools don't have music programs. Like you're a lot younger, but did you grow up with a music program in your school?
It was
the funding was cut,
slight.
right?
Yeah, there was no funding.
I was around when they were still the National Endowment to the Arts, and I had violin, viola, cello, every lesson in public schools.
Well, I remember they used to
Band and
make
choir.
you play like the recorder. Like,
Well,
like
they
I
still
don't even
do that
want
a
to
lot
play
of
this.
places in like 5th grade, but like the actual programs from like 6th grade through high school
gone.
a lot of them are gone.
Right.
From theater to music to all.
And he's not just talking about music, obviously. He's talking about education. And so I think the more celebrities start to do this for our own communities, the better and better it will be for all of us.
I love the idea of just the word community, like as a team getting together with your neighbors and writing up a proposal, to even have children, thinking of what a proposal is and to send it
what
into
they
TI.
need in their schools.
Yep.
Because like a lot of the argument about like how can the government help and all of this is that they're not in there. They're not there day to day. They don't really know what's going on. So the bureaucracy as a whole has no real way to make an effective change in the way we educate our kids, because they're doing it from way over there with a whole lot of red tape around it. So it's kind of cool to actually have people that are in it every single day, and people that are children that are experiencing it every day, and like, what do you want? What do you think would help and make you better and make you want to be in school even more is a very cool idea to attack. So I appreciate it.
Shout out to
Appreciate
Tidal.
it for them. Well, thank you, Tidal. Is that all you got, Jesse? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we got some more. And it's a mess. So I feel like this is becoming like a weekly thing for us. It's like, what's the Beehive up to now?
It's either Sierra's relationship and we're following her custody battle.
Sierra's custody battle in her life, and we also follow the Beehive as they swarm around. So they swarmed around like 2 different folks this week, y'all. First up, they went to fashion label Misha after learning that the label put only white models in their runway show. But in the runway show, the reason that was a big deal, I mean, because we used to only white models being in runway shows, like that's not that different. It's actually more shocking when there's a black person. You're like, what?
True.
Okay, so it's normal that there would be all white people in the show, but the problem is that they played Beyonce's Formation as a part of the show with all of these white models walking in formation.
So like with did they like bleep out the word Negro?
You know, when we're talking about Negroes
That's
and
awkward.
broad noses and love my afros with the baby hair. We didn't have no afros or no baby hair. We just
Anyone's
had
mama from
some white
Alabama?
girls. We had Gigi Hadid though. She was modeling and she did her thing. She got baby hair sometime, but she ain't got no afro. So yeah, the Beehive Twitterverse went insane and was checking them. And a lot of the commentary back and forth was that Beyonce is for everyone. Beyonce is the best thing in the world. She's not just for black people. And that was sort of the argument against the Beehive being upset. And then the Beehive got more upset and checked all of them. They were like, yes, Beyonce is for everyone, but have you heard the lyrics to Formation? Like, you can use any other song, but like, why would you specifically use that song? But apparently they still didn't get it. So there you go with the Beehive. And then they came again. And this time it was for Chick-fil-A.
Which the restaurant,
Which
not
probably
the
deserved
rapper.
it.
That
Not the
Rachel-
rapper.
I know, I swear to God, because we get an email with like the topics, and I look through and I'm like, oh, Chick-fil-A, that must be some rapper I've never heard of, and I'll Google him later. But apparently it's Chick-fil-A, and it's not. But here's the thing. Listen, I grew up with singer-songwriters. What do you want from me? Here's the thing. I know I should be mortified about that. But But what can I say? You know, there's a rapper somewhere like in the Midwest, and he's like, I am Chick-fil-A. That is my handle. So I might not be wrong.
How could you be mad at Chick-fil-A?
Well, here's
other
how.
than like if they're not open on Sundays.
They're super
they're not open on
homophobic. So
Sundays.
yeah, you could be mad at Chick-fil-A.
Have you ever their secret menu and gotten the blueberry cheesecake?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can't
Like
with
it's so
you.
amazing.
Y'all and this Chick-fil-A.
First of all, stop eating processed foods.
I know.
Hold on. Chick-fil-A, they had legit reason to be upset with Chick-fil-A, and I will tell you why.
Because it's fried and disgusting?
They got grilled
Unless they're a
too.
sponsor, then we love you.
Wait, but if I really told you, I
got
found
the
out how
grill.
they do the grill marks on it.
Stop
wanna
it, you
know.
guys. Stop it.
I did a whole marketing thing on chicken last week, so I know way too much about it.
You probably don't actually want to eat Chick-fil-A if you actually know what's happening. But you might want their lemonade, and they want you to want their lemonade so much that they decided to use Beyonce as a marketing ploy to get you to buy their lemonade. No doubt their lemonade is kind of good. But they had signs up. It was at a few stores in Atlanta, and basically the sign said, lemonade fresher than Beyonce. And
Not fresher than.
and then
I know,
another,
as fresh as might have
As
worked,
fresh
but
as.
not
no,
Than.
fresher than Beyonce. And then another sign read, sorry, Beyonce, our lemonade is better. So that is why everybody was
Okay.
upset.
Listen, their intern gets 2 points for marketing, though. Whoever came up with that got the more. We're talking about Chick-fil-A.
That's true.
Actually, yeah. How can we piss off the Beehive? That's what we need to really be thinking.
Yeah, because then
Like
you're
something
bound
to
to
come
get
up with.
pressed.
How
But
do we
also-
get the kids to listen?
But sidebar is your
Shit on
bigger
Beyonce.
problem with Chick-fil-A should be that they're super homophobic and their food sucks. I don't care what they said about Beyonce.
Their ice creams are really good.
Are they?
Which you can get
But they're
free.
super homophobic, so...
Well, they are fundamentalist Christians. They have never not admitted to being that, so that everyone that eats there, because I'm always trying to be the devil's advocate. No, I don't eat there. I grew up with Chick-fil-A, and I do not understand what the hype is about. Like,
This
Chick-fil-A
man-
is not that great
Yo,
to
I
me.
love
This
I don't
man here
understand.
loves... I know.
I had Chick-fil-A
I
last
can
night.
feel the love for Chick-fil-A coming off his
I postmated Chick-fil-A last night.
He's like, do not talk smack about my Chick-fil-A.
Hold on, y'all. He said he Postmated Chick-fil-A last night. Please explain to the listeners what the heck Postmating means.
Postmates is like the new app where you can have anything you want delivered.
Now see
He got that delivered by a third-party source because that's how
So
good
wait,
Chick-fil-A
cost you almost as much as the meal to get it delivered.
No,
Listen,
Postmates not
it was
that.
like $40 to get Chick-fil-A. I ordered the grilled chicken nuggets. I ordered
The
the fried chicken sandwich, some fries, drink.
Wow, so you're
Ice
just like, how
cream.
your
Some ice
arteries
cream.
doing, son?
Not the best. But my heart is well. You know what I'm saying? My heart is good.
As long
my
as-
soul, my spirit, I feel good.
That's all that matters. Because when you dip into that Polynesian
Right.
sauce,
You good.
you might as well.
Listen,
kiss Jesus.
we as black people tend to have horrible cholesterol and high blood pressure. So I'm just gonna throw it out there for you. Yeah, I
Is it
ate
always the
I ate
same
at a place
one?
called Vegetable last night. If that shows you where I'm at. But
Guilt-free,
we have to be
comfortable
careful.
food.
These foods
She
like
brought the promo card.
Fruits
She's like,
like-
No, she's
No,
like,
that's
please
my-
do not eat Chick-fil-A,
That's my
guys.
church fan. That's
Go
my
to
church
Vegetable.
fan because it's Africa hot in here. But back to Chick-fil-A. That's like a treat, once in a while thing. Unlike you're young
That's
and
like
alive.
every day,
You
too.
can eat it every day. But the rest of
every
us will
day.
keel over from a heart attack.
oh, man.
But I feel like it's a better choice than like a Carl's Jr.
Why? Why do you think it's a better choice?
Because it's like no,
It's
like when
not.
you go to Carl's Jr. It
It's
looks
not.
like they just
It's not.
like think
It's
of
not a
like
better
random
choice,
shit to
Bluff.
put on there.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
None of that is a
don't
good
lie to
choice.
yourself and believe that.
Well, first of
just
all, I
keep
done
it
bought
all the way
my Herbalife,
honest.
y'all, so I ain't on none of that.
My Herbalife.
I'm about to be Don Benjamin up in here.
Oh, no. Chick-fil-A, if you want to get like this.
No.
It's all Chick-fil-A.
He's so fit,
I'm not
too.
gonna lift
Like,
this shirt,
isn't
but I haven't been in the gym in a
Upsetting.
while.
He's like, I ate all the Chick-fil-A last
By
night
the
and
way-
I'm still fine.
But by the way, we all could when we were under 30, or I could only because you
And
guys
then
are
it's
young. But I could when I was under 30.
There was never a time in my life I could eat all of that all the time.
Without
It'd be
staying,
fine.
yeah,
No,
that's
it wasn't
true.
cute. If not, I'd break out.
But by the way,
Something horrible.
since we're mentioning Chick-fil-A so much, I am going to give a shout out to Vegetable, the restaurant in Studio City, which serves vegetables
I mean, it does look
in a
good.
really yummy way. People, check it out. It was
in a
delicious.
really yummy way. If you're in Cali, go to Studio City and
I'm
eat
just
some
giving him
vegetables.
some fair time here.
Wait, so you're in the modeling world. So like, have you experienced anything like that before, where you've kind of looked at a designer and been like, the fuck is that show?
As far as like discriminating or racism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really, man. I usually the jobs that I get casted for, it's like pretty mixed races, but I've looked at some jobs where I'm like, yo, I should for sure be doing that, or why don't they have any black people doing that? You know what I'm saying? So I've definitely seen it, but I haven't like faced it myself.
That you know of.
They trying.
That you know of.
That I know of, maybe, I don't know.
But good. I mean, I'm glad you've had that experience.
Like, it's not overt and all up in your face, so that's helpful. Well, we've got some more news, guys, to talk about, and it's not as fun as the Beehive. It's the Urban League, and they've released their annual report on the state of Black America. They do it every year. They've been doing it for 40 years. And basically, it's not surprising. I don't like to laugh. Like, I don't want to laugh because it's not funny, but it's kind of like...
It's absurd.
It's just like, really? It's 2016 and we're still here? So basically what they do is they look at, they compare the experience of Black America versus white America, which is interesting to me because I'm like, I'm not exactly sure what they classify as white America. Like, are they taking like
Hispanic.
Just white folk? Are they taking white folks?
Yeah, because I don't understand
Hispanic?
white non-Hispanic.
Yeah, what is that?
White non-Hispanic.
Like, are you white or are you white non-Hispanic or are you Hispanic? I was like, what? I'm Greek.
Yeah, I'm not
so
sure.
whatever you want to call
whatever that is, I'll check that box.
White non-Hispanic.
So I'm not sure exactly what the pool of white is, but white since 1976 has sort of been the benchmark by which they compare what's going on in Black America. And the way they do it is by looking at, you basically think of it as like a pie, and white America has 100% of the pie. So they compare what's going on in Black America in economics and health and education, social justice, and civil engagement based on this pie of 100. And basically overall, the statistic is at basically the equality index, which is what they call it overall, is that we are at, as Black people, 72.2% of the 100% pie. So essentially, we're living at the quality of 72.2% versus 100% in white America. And that has increased, and then they break it down like by, economics and by education and that kind of thing. So we have had increases. We moved up in the largest improvement, which actually shocked me, was in education, and that increased from 76.1 to 77.4%. So that's actually pretty high, but it's kind of like when you hear the statistics about women and their salaries versus men's salaries, and we're still 70 cents on the dollar. Like, it's the same kind of
I know, and then layer in, we're
like it's still
Black
70.
women. So what percentage does that actually put us at?
Literally, somebody has been asking that question since those statistics came out earlier this year,
I bet.
and that there isn't a legit study because it's so much lower.
Because it's so much lower.
It's so much lower. It's scary. Yeah. But we did see an increase in economics in Black America. Went from 55.5%. That's half, y'all, just in case y'all didn't know. So in 2015, economically, Black people were half of what white people were in this country. And it increased to 56.2.
Which is probably Beyonce's doing, by the way. It's probably all from Beyonce's album sales.
They actually think it's due to a slight increase or decrease in the digital divide, so that, the internet and things are being more accessible to other communities, and that might be why. So there's a bunch of other numbers. The only thing that we went down in completely was in health. Chick-fil-A, y'all, leave it alone.
I'm contributing.
Leave it alone.
Dawn. Damn it, Dawn.
I'm half done down the middle.
Get it again with the Chick-fil-A.
I'm defeating the Black culture. I'm helping the white culture.
So y'all protect your health and leave Chick-fil-A alone, because it went down. It didn't go down that much. It went down from like 79.6 to 79.4. So it wasn't a drastic decrease, but it was a decent one. Basically, they've come up, the National Urban League has come up with a plan, which I assume they would do every year to sort of tackle these problems. And they have they need a $1 trillion investment that would be $1 trillion. But when the debt is like 40 trillion at this point.
How hard you rolling, cutie?
You got some cash to help us out?
I got about 15 billion towards it. And that's all I could do. 15 billion, that's all I could do.
Their commentary on the plan, though, seemed really generic, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but perhaps you guys can translate. But the leader of the National Urban League, said they would require a $1 trillion investment that would be applied to infrastructures within America's urban cities, hopes to deliver significant and more immediate progress to some of the country's most neglected cities.
Do we only live in urban areas? Because when they're like urban night or urban, and I'm like, I actually don't love that term, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't
love that term, but I would think that the biggest differences are probably in those areas, and that would be where the biggest gains could happen, which would make, I guess,
fair enough.
Probably the most sense. But if you want to live in the most equal place in the country, guess where it is?
Is it East Coast or West Coast?
It's on the West Coast.
San Francisco.
Interesting.
No.
Okay.
Seattle.
Come on, take a guess. Nope, not Seattle. One more guess.
All right,
We got
one more.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Wrong. You need to move to the Inland Empire
I don't
of
know why I
Los
said
Angeles. It's Riverside, San Bernardino,
Wow.
Ontario, California. I was shocked.
But
Actually-
sidebar to Jesse just said Arizona.
I was just trying to think like my brother when he was out there. But actually, that does make sense.
Why does that
Inland
make sense?
Empire, where
Riverside?
like Simi Valley.
No, you in the wrong side,
No, no.
girl. That's the San
Riverside.
Fernando Valley.
That's
We need to go east. Go east.
Because like a lot of my friends that are from out there, they come from like really successful families and businesses.
Gotcha.
and
Well, good to
online.
know.
There you go. That's where you can go. If you don't want to go that direction, you want to go the opposite direction, which I would not vote for. That's a horrible idea because this is the lowest median income for any black family in the country. It is at $22,000. No, it is Toledo, Ohio. So they are doing the worst.
I really, in my prejudice, assumed it would be some southern.
See,
you know what I mean?
hating on us Southerners for no reason.
I am a northern girl. It didn't occur to me that it would be in the
Down.
Midwest.
Yeah, Midwest,
Wow.
Midwest, so-
it's probably really financially depressed town, I would guess, and
I
that's
would guess.
why, like,
I
whatever
mean,
their industry is
I would
there.
think it would be the Midwest.
You would? That it would be
Yeah.
really? I didn't even know we lived in. No, we do. We live everywhere. You know what? Here's my thing. Being a northern New York City girl, I really like to stay on the coast because I'm just enough older to know that like I'm safer. No, I'm safer on the coast than I am in other areas. And maybe that's different now. But you know, when my friends are like, "We're going to take a road trip through Texas," I'm like, "Good luck, y'all. Have fun without me." Sure, you don't want to come, Rachel? No, I really don't want to come because I've seen the MOW where you 3 white girls get out of jail and I get killed. Like that's the way it goes
That would be the movie of the week, guys.
That's
Movie of the week.
Oh my God, thank you.
Rachel's true story.
That's right. You don't know. People don't know what an MOW is, do they?
They're like,
I know.
Is that one of those? Oh, that's not our generation.
That is not your generation.
Well, there you go, guys. You can all continue to contribute to the gains of black culture.
I have a question for you guys because it wasn't on this list today. But why, when Black Twitter swarmed for like Blake Lively, do we just have nothing better to do, or we're just not up on our song lyrics? Because no, honestly, she did quote a song lyric, like that's what it was from. I want to know your impression
Wait, so
of
what- I didn't
that.
see what
I
happened
actually
with
didn't see that.
Oh, you
anywhere.
didn't? It was big for like a day and a half. She had a picture of her at con, and she's pregnant now, so
Yeah,
she's a little
she's
bigger than
pregnant.
she normally is, and her booty's kind of big. And she wrote something like "LA face, Oakland booty," which is a line from a song. So lots of people were. She's sipping her tea over there. We're mad. But to me, whether or not, like, maybe that's not the best thing to say, but it's so unimportant in the scheme of things.
It's like she could have put out something way worse out there that y'all could have
For
dragged.
sure.
But it's a
For
line
sure.
from Baby Got Back. She was just basically saying,
is-
I got back right now.
You know, okay. See, that's gonna be another whole conversation that we ain't got time for. 'cause
Okay,
we got some more
okay.
stuff to learn
Sorry,
about. We got Dawn Benjamin to talk to in a little bit, but that's enough. We gonna have to talk about that another
All right,
time.
we'll do it another time.
Well,
I guess
y'all,
I'm curious.
y'all chime in online and let us know what you thought about it on Twitter. Tweet us at BHL Online and let us know. And we're going to talk about that, though.
All right.
We'll bring that back up. Okay, but we're going to close out with topics today. I don't even want to close out with this topic now, like, at all. But there was a cartoon released over the weekend by a cartoonist. Whose name I don't even want to say because I was.
Don't.
Yeah, don't say the
I'm
name.
not going to say his name. Okay, so.
Although Black Twitter will probably take it.
It was a
and
political
run.
cartoon, and it basically showed Michelle Obama and Melania Trump. And they had Michelle Obama looking like a very, angry, masculine, hostile black woman. And then they had Melania Trump in her lovely, elegant gown, cheesing and happy like a beautiful woman, with her sign saying, "Make the First Lady Great Again."
Where was this published? I'm curious. Online?
He published it himself online, from what I understand.
But does he- who
I
is
didn't
he?
see it in a political
Jai, like-
group.
Here's the thing. There's freedom of speech, by the way.
Yes,
So
nobody can say
put
he
that
can't
out.
do
Do
it.
whatever you want. Right.
Not at all.
You're obviously racist. Now we all know. Thank you.
Well, he thinks that this person, whose name we will not mention, he actually tried to defend himself once Twitter erupted and everybody started to come from him. And he posted from Alan West's blog. For those of y'all that don't know who Alan West is, just go on and Google him and read some of his stuff. And basically, he said, he reprinted a quote from Alan West that said, blah, 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 where's the quote? He basically called the cartoon is liberal insanity, or the reaction to the cartoon is liberal insanity. So we crazy, y'all, because we're liberals, and that's why we so upset about the cartoon. And he said, react the same way when black conservatives, you don't react the same way when black conservatives have been attacked. Which is not true. There were plenty of, like, when people were attacking Ben Carson's wife.
Yeah.
Both sides of the thing were like, yo, why you gotta come for her like that and all of that. So his excuse is basically like, y'all just mad because y'all are liberals and what I did was cool.
No, you're mad because it. First
You're
of all,
a bad
it
artist.
makes no
That's why
sense.
we're
Yeah,
mad.
like
The
that makes
terrible.
no sense. What does that mean? Like even the writing, like for Michelle versus Melania, like first of all, Melania couldn't even read whatever you're writing up there. First of all, so I'm just sitting here
No,
like,
listen, I think she could read, but shouldn't she be naked like her Playboy thing? Make America great again
You know
and
what I
have your
mean?
vagina out.
Well, that's what's actually interesting too, because there's a lot of other conservative sites and outlets that support this idea of Melania a lot, and they're saying she's bringing class. She would bring class back to the White House. She'd bring class back to the White House, and that's sort of a double standard because if Michelle Obama was naked in a photograph,
He wouldn't have been elected.
he wouldn't have been elected,
That's
and
true.
I am pretty sure they're not going to
the
be saying
words
she's
that
the
would
one
have been
bringing
used
class.
for Michelle
But
Obama
the-
if she ever did anything like that.
But
in her career.
why? I mean, I get it got traction, and that's why we're taking it seriously. But ultimately, the conservatives are saying Melania Trump is so classy. That's because she does not say a word. You want women to be quiet, not speak.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
Speak, but don't be, be seen and don't speak. And that's like a very 1950s ideal. Like those are the white people. Like we want to go back to the 50s when America was great, and black people had to go over there. That's what you guys want. So I don't really take it that. How much press did this get?
It got a lot of press. It's been a lot of press outlet.
Because sometimes black
we don't know
Twitter,
who's
but here's the
specific.
thing,
No,
sometimes
and you're
black
right.
Twitter
This- yep.
blows stuff up and gives more attention to this stuff than it should.
I think that it should get some more attention for the very reason that this is floating around in the conservative universe. If Black Twitter ain't blowing it up, we're not going to really necessarily know about it or see it or know that it exists. And the bottom line is, this man is very possibly going to be president. And the people that are following and thinking that that's cool are the people that are voting for him and think it's a great thing. And those are also people that are going to be in line making rules for the country that I also have to live in. So yes, I do think it's a big deal. I do think it is okay that it got blown up. I think we need to talk about it and call it racist, call it sexist, call it all the trash and garbage that it is. Because if nobody says anything and thinks that that's acceptable, like, of course it's acceptable
And
on the level that you can say whatever you want.
And I can imagine
but if we
how
don't
old he is
discuss
that he
what
even
that
draws like
means,
that, like-
if we don't discuss what that means, we're
But here's the I understand exactly what you're saying, but here's the thing. Over the years, there's been every week you can find a new watermelon patch in front of the White House. You can find a new monkey face thing. You can find, there is one of these every day being
There is
made.
something
so that's
every
why
day.
I'm wondering why this one in particular got so much attention.
The same reason Nene Leakes got her one-woman show.
It's
you know
the
what I
thing
mean?
that blew up
It's
the
just-
week.
Right. Because
But-
I completely agree with you. I live in this country too, and I actually don't think. I mean, in my mind, he's not getting elected because that's ridiculous because it would be a totalitarian
Pay
state.
attention, 'cause
I hear you. I just don't think. I mean, you
I know.
really
I get
think
that
the
there's
man's
a
got
lot
a
of
shot?
that. Yeah. Are you insane?
I know. I think he's got a shot.
That's why it's scary because so many of us like to think that he's probably. But they've been saying that since Trump started running. Like, he'll be gone in a month. He'll be gone. No, he's not gone. He's not going anywhere. And right now, if the people hate the other side so much that they're willing to go for that, even when they can say out of their own mouths, you know what? I don't really like how he talks about women. I don't really like how he talks about Muslims. But I think he could do some great shit for the country
But what
because
would
he's a businessman. Then they're gonna vote.
No, but what would be super effective is doing that instead of just talking about this, let's talk about all the great things that Democratic candidates have and why you should vote for them. Do you know what I mean? We're not giving equal press to those things. We're just talking about this, and we're giving this more
well, you
life
can
and more
over at
press.
Black Tea Party.
I was gonna say that exists. I think. But we can talk about this all day. But check
Yeah,
out
we
Black Tea
could.
Party where they really talk about the politics of all of it, and most importantly, vote. And if you're in California, make sure you're registered because you have to vote on June 7th. All right, we're gonna move on to more entertaining and calming topics. Like The loveliness that is in our studio right now. Mr. Don
She is
Benjamin's in the
beautiful.
building.
There's literally
She's good too.
no, there's literally like little angels and birds
know.
floating around his head.
You literally
right
have a
now.
Snapchat filter on it. Oh,
Yeah.
It's just
just these birds. Just
They're just floating around doing whatnot.
Oh,
but
dang.
so we heard you're singing and doing all kind of stuff right now, and you have a
Yeah.
single out. Tell us about it.
which you just
know,
filmed
I'm like-
while you're getting Chick-fil-A last night, right?
I'm like, man, I took reality TV and I blew myself up.
Yes, make the money.
Yeah, I'm doing music. I've been doing. The funny thing is, I've been doing music since I was like younger, but everybody knows me as a modeling. But I've been bringing the music back to the forefront, focusing on my music. So, put out a couple singles last year. Just put another one out the last couple of weeks. Just shot a music video for it last night. So yeah, I've been trying to really push my music.
So when do we get an EP? Or an album?
Hopefully by the end of the summer. I got records out on my SoundCloud. Do a lot of videos.
Wait, so young people still say records?
Yeah, I say records.
Just checking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still like I'm a 80s baby, so.
Oh, yeah. That's
like
true. You're not like,
Yeah,
but
so I
he looks
still-
like he's like 17 or 18, so I'm
still
like,
up
oh,
there.
you.
So I still say records.
Gotcha.
I bought CDs too.
I
Okay.
had cassette tapes. I had
What?
CDs.
You did? You're
I
old
did
enough
too.
to?
I had
Really? Oh,
cassettes,
okay.
Yeah. I was
Alright.
just talking about that the other day. I was like, man, remember when you had to like take the cassette and flip it over to
Yup.
get to the rest
Remember
of it?
making a
the
actual
pencil
mixtape
tape
off
on
the
it.
radio?
Yes!
Press play and record at the same
Yeah.
time?
Right at the same time.
I
Yes.
had to deal with that. So
We've been there, right at
Yeah.
the.
So, but you started as a model.
yeah.
A model.
Career-wise, yeah, like I took off. I got on America's Next Top Model
Gotcha,
three years
gotcha.
ago, and that kind of blew my platform up.
Right. Did you enjoy doing that show when you were on it? Obviously, because it did well for you. It brought you to the
No.
people's attention, but I'm curious about the actual show.
The actual show itself, I did not really like doing.
Okay.
It was very stressful. Like, I didn't know what to expect going into the situation. Like, it was crazy. So much stress. And then, like, I was older than everybody. Like, everybody on there was, like, 18, 19.
Really?
When I did it, I was, like, 25. So
I feel your pain.
I had been in the Hollywood scene for a few years before doing it. So I kind of already, like, knew a lot of stuff as to where all these kids were, like, fresh. And so I was like,
Just wanted to
God.
punch someone.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it was frustrating. And we, like, lived in a house. There were, like, no doors.
Oh.
Like,
Wait, do you guys have to
That's
share
real
rooms?
life.
That seems like the
Yeah.
biggest nightmare to me on that show.
it was crazy. Like, sharing rooms, bunk beds, and, like...
But they let you guys use like phones and stuff like that?
No.
Really?
You're isolated.
No music too?
Isolation, no
That's
music.
crazy.
Like you could like listen to whatever music you had, but like we couldn't hear like what was new and hot. So I was like dying.
Were you on the season with the white boy who got a beard extension? I thought that was the most
Yeah.
fucked up shit I've ever seen, Tyra.
Oh my gosh, yeah!
Oh no, that was the one after.
You had a
after that.
beard extension.
That was so weird. She's like, that looks great on you, and every week he'd be like,
does
thanks.
Yeah. I seen that too. I was like, wait, they gave him a beard. I thought mine was
What
bad.
did you have done
They had
to
to
you?
bleach my hair.
Oh, but that's
Yeah.
kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
You look cool.
It was
And 3
decent,
years
but
ago, so it was in.
Yeah.
it was decent, but it was like at a time where Chris Brown was dealing with a lot of criticism, and so people
That's
were
a
like
problem,
tying me
yeah.
to Chris, and it was just.
So when
rough.
you got off that show, did it launch your career? I mean, did it really help, or did you already had stuff going?
Well, the thing is, I use it to launch my career. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else was like, I'm gonna sit back and wait for opportunities to come to me, as to where like right when I was done.
Because I'm famous. A lot of people think they're famous when they do
Yeah.
a cycle of a reality show,
Yeah.
whether it's this or Big Brother or whatever. They're always like, I'm gonna have so many opportunities.
That's exactly what
Not if
everybody
you don't pick
thought.
up the phone.
As to where I was like, man,
Get on
I was
your
like,
feet. Stop.
I honestly thought the show was gonna do a lot worse than it actually did because I was like, nobody really watches Top Model like that anymore. Like it's the hype has died down.
And credential-wise, was that something like, I know there are some people who are like, oh, if I go on Top Model, I won't be able to do certain type of fashion because they look at it
Right.
more commercially?
Commercial.
Yeah, like they were saying like agencies don't take you serious. They were saying companies don't really take you serious. Even alongside of like me trying to push my music or whatever the case, like it was almost more like it could have held me back more than helped me. But like me being around the industry and kind of understanding the game and how you can use TV time to your benefit, I just got right to it when I got off the show, and I was just like, went and got a manager and was putting myself in events and doing everything I had to.
Hustling.
Yeah, I was
Work,
out there
y'all.
moving.
He was
so
moving and
I was
working.
pushing myself, so it was like it helped me out in the long run. But yeah, I don't know. It was the whole thing of doing it was like if I had to go back and redo it again, I would really think about it like
What were the casting process like for you? Just quickly, I just want to know how many times did you have to meet with them? And
it was like open call and then like 3 callbacks.
So you stood on an open call line that was probably really long.
There was like 2,000 people at the initial one.
Are you listening, people out there?
What made you want to do it?
Listen, I didn't know it was gonna be that many people. As soon as I got
If I'd known.
I got there and I started looking around and I was like, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm going home. I can't do this. I was like, there's too many clowns here. Like these people here, like I'm looking at people. They're like 4 feet tall and they're like, I'm about to get this, and I'm like, yo.
Was that the season where they were like, anyone can join?
And no, there was height requirements on mine. And I was like, what are you doing? You have to be a certain height. And so my mom was like, no, just stay. So I was like, all right. So I stuck it out for like 6 hours, 8 hours. I started getting so hungry. They didn't have no food.
There was no Chick-fil-A.
No Chick-fil-A.
There were no Postmate 3 years ago?
Yo, nothing. I called my girl that I was with at the time, and I was like, man, I'm so hungry. I was like, I'm about to leave. I was like, I can't do this. She's like, I'll bring you food. She brought me some food up.
Aww.
That got me to like another like 4 or 5 hours. I was there like 12, 13 hours before I finally got
It's like American Idol, really.
And then when I finally got to see somebody, I was so sick of like everybody telling sad stories, talking about how they were abused and oh, my life is so horrible. I went up there and I just took my shirt off and I was like, yo, I'm here for the ladies, woo, woo. And they were like, all right. They were like, take your clothes off and do a catwalk. So I got in my underwear and like had to like walk for them. And then.
How long was that actual probably like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, the process alone was like 5-10 minutes.
Wow. Why don't you take your shirt off now and show us like
I haven't been in the gym in a while.
You wouldn't be
I ate
mad
some
at
Chick-fil-A
that.
before I came here.
Can I touch it?
You can touch it. It's like you gotta touch the top 2.
Oh, okay.
The top 2.
Oh, what
the
is
top
that?
ones are
Now
there.
imagine those extended.
Yeah.
Is that like
The
that's-
top ones are still there. The bottom ones are
No,
Okay.
my
No, you
bottom
gotta-
ones are definitely still there, but the top ones are like, hello, and welcome to my house.
Love it. All right.
So hit the snooze. That's we're getting a video.
Video.
For this. So what
Yeah.
is the song about and why hit the snooze?
It's just fun, man. I have records where, I go deep into whatever, like life or relationships, and then I have fun. So to hit the snooze, man, we're in the studio, me and Eric Bellinger, who's on the song with me, and we were just messing around, like talking about girls and how like you hit it so good, she's not gonna go to work the next morning. You know what I'm saying? She hit the snooze, and then we just
Or
started
you hit it with your
around.
giant dick. That's what happened right now.
Well, there's that too. Hold on, honey.
They'll cut that, don't worry.
Wow.
That's the video.
That actually reminds me.
That's what I picture the video being, like a giant penis. Like,
Hit the snooze.
That reminds me of Broad City. You ever seen that?
I'm sorry.
I can't even.
How do you hit the snooze?
I think I made him blush.
I'm blushing a little bit.
My brain is forever jumped.
It's just how my brain works.
All right, so
yeah.
now where can all the fans find the music, and where will the video be, and when will we get to see it?
The song is available right now on iTunes. You can download it on iTunes, hit the snooze. The video, we're looking to premiere it hopefully through Revolt.
Okay.
A lot of music video channels are pretty much extinct right now. So
Well, Black
You gotta-
Hollywood Live's the beat.
you gotta go to
on to the
YouTube,
beat.
man. But definitely YouTube, Vimeo, all that.
We'll check it out.
Done
Oh, of course, MySpace.
Is it like
right
it's
now.
done?
MySpace.
But it's done.
Black Planet.
Black Planet, all the memories.
Gonna be on my
All the
Black
memories.
Planet.
But wait, in addition to the music, what do you have coming up, and what do you see yourself doing in the next few years?
Aside from the music, I've been doing some acting stuff. So shot a few independent films last year.
How are you not on a CW show right now with those? Seriously.
I know.
Like Rain, I could totally see.
Yeah, like you're. Listen, I mean, because CW.
Get on it,
I don't know if you
manager.
can act. It doesn't matter on
I've been
CW a lot of the
hitting
times. You
beautiful.
just need to be as handsome as
But you were on CW, America's
I mean, I
Got-
was.
Oh, yeah,
And I've been talking to them about getting on some of their scripted shows as well, but
That's a
I don't
Keep
know, man.
at it.
I just work on God's time, so.
Well,
I
have
just
the
didn't work, man.
tenacity that you took to get this. Like that will get you
Yeah,
through.
as long as I
And
just
Yeah, I was
stay at
looking
it,
at
hopefully
that
the
tattoo
next.
timing.
I know.
Yeah, timing, man. I used to try to force everything so much. kind
I
of.
mean, you know what? We were just talking about that like when every time you force something, it goes the
Yeah.
opposite way than you want. So, you know, you have to put in energy to make something happen, but you also have to know when to pull back a little, right?
Yeah.
For
So,
sure. It can go
Like
in
I've been
any
growing.
direction.
I used to always think I was ready, like with even my acting, and then like now looking back, like I definitely was not ready. But I've been feeling.
But
the
you know what?
growth,
That's
so.
great that you knew that you realized that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most people think I could just act, and the truth is, like, you kind of some people can,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
We all know that one
There's a
person is
few.
just great right out of the
Yeah.
box. But there's nothing wrong with taking classes and
Yeah.
learning because you can be as pretty and handsome as he is. But again, if you can't go in the room and deliver the lines,
deliver.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You won't
Exactly.
get cast. So
Do the work, y'all.
Yeah,
Do the
yeah,
work.
Yeah,
The
So I
work
like
is-
that
Do
you
the
have a
work.
work ethic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Now, where can all your fans find you just because they won't look at you and talk to you?
Yeah.
If you want to just look at me all day, go to my Snapchat because I'm on there with my shirt off. But yeah,
Hold on, where my phone
Wait,
at?
all my social media actually is at It's Don Benjamin. So Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, It's Don Benjamin. My website, IamDonBenjamin.com.
Yes, you are.
I feel like we should pitch a commercial. Like, you remember when Paris Hilton was in the commercial for Carl's Jr.?
Yeah,
I feel like you should just be shirtless in a Chick-fil-A
With a
drive-thru.
sandwich.
I'll shoot
Dunkin'
it
the
for
Nuggets.
you.
Chicken nuggets.
Chick-fil-A might come calling right
Yo,
now.
I know. I'm going for them. But I'm
They
black.
can't.
I'm black. I don't know if they let black people do that.
They like
Well,
black
black Twitter will be
people.
upset. They're like, look at this black boy on here eating fried chicken.
I can't. Just
Drinking lemonade. They gonna be like, oh no.
Y'all can be up everywhere at DJ Jesse J.
Hi, I'm at Rachel True on Twitter and True Rachel True on Instagram.
You can find me everywhere at Stuart Charlotte and also follow us at BHL Online. Thank you so much for joining us this week, guys. We'll check you out next week.
Bye.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live. Scipio, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.